year in this life, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, in fact, I do remember my third birthday. I can tell you what I got and what kind of soda pop I had to drink, and I got my very own bottle like a big girl and all that stuff.
Okay, so you already remember.
But I understand that that is unusual for people to remember back that far.
Okay, and of course we could always uncover, if there was need, some areas in your early childhood that you may not remember. Usually we don't remember everything. We remember parts of it, but
Bits
not
and
everything.
pieces.
So just to give you an example, when somebody really asks you the question with a firm voice, that is like a hypnosis, but no hypnosis is induced, and the person will always remember afterwards what they were talking about.
So no one ever has to worry through this process that someone else is going to take over their mind or or make them do anything strange. I mean, we see these sort of magic stage acts of people doing hypnosis, and it kind of makes you go, whoa, you know, I don't know if I want to get involved in that. The other thing that I would like to point out is that by the time you've found a therapist with whom you have a trusting relationship, this becomes a totally different thing too. It isn't walking into some parlor magic trick where, you know, who knows about this person. You've already at this point established a trusting relationship with the person who's walking you back through these events. So there's really nothing to be afraid of.
That's true, because the subconscious opens up as it is ready. If the incident is not ready to be uncovered, it'll keep it closed. So there's really no danger. If somebody's not up to this incident, then subconscious will not release it. So that's what I always found. The incidents that the person is ready to confront will be released, and others may be released later on. It's like uncovering, unburdening the past, and as you go along, you're able to face many more incidents than you were in the beginning. So there is a natural process to it.
Okay. A lot of people don't remember particularly other incarnations. Can there be healthy reasons for not remembering, as well as they were too traumatic to recall?
Oh, I think like this life, I don't think everything that we ever went through is really worth remembering. I mean, not every little detail in our life would be worth remembering. But usually what is being remembered, or let's say the result of past memories, can be a lot of inclinations, a lot of interests that we may not even be aware of that they come from past lives. They may not pose a problem to us, but still, if we are interested in certain areas in our life now, usually it is a continuation of a process started in an earlier life, and we are still trying to accomplish something by pursuing that interest. Which means that looking at the past in such a case can be helpful. Like I was practicing, and I still am practicing martial arts. Now, in my past life, I have found at least 3 lifetimes when I was doing that as a profession, not as a sport. Okay, like some espionage at the ancient times. So I'm still pursuing it because I'm still trying to achieve a task that is connected to it. So it does help to know why you are doing the things you're doing.
Yes, indeed. Perhaps it would be helpful if we told our audience the main use of martial arts, which is that centering process, rather than being able to, you know, like beat up Arnold Schwarzenegger should you encounter him in one of those kinds of situations. It's the centering process is what you're talking about here. That's important to you for your exercise
process. Sure, now that's important, but of course martial art was a war, was a measure of war. So now we're not at war, but we're still trying to train up our mind and body as much as we can, just adapt it to modern times. So whatever interests and even talents, if we are very talented in a field, then usually what you do find in regressions is that you have been going through that talent, or you have started a similar work earlier in a past life, and again you're trying to pursue on it, you're trying to perfectionate on it, because it's still a task. Now that may not be a big problem, but it's still important, and everything that is important to us, if it's considered a pleasure or if it's considered a problem are still tasks that we are working on and that have commenced in earlier lives.
For instance, someone like Mozart, who was composing music at the age of 5, probably acquired this skill in some other circumstance than being a 4-year-old child or a 3-year-old child, which was what preceded age 5.
Actually, all the geniuses, they must have had the knowledge from somewhere. So with reincarnation, that would be a very logical explanation, yes. That they're just using what they learned in an earlier life very aptly.
Yeah, that's most interesting. Do you find that people, like, as an astrologer, one of the things people sometimes come and ask me is, oh, I must know this person from some other lifetime because I met them and, you know, time stopped and, you know, all of this sort of stuff. And sometimes I look at the chart and I say, well, gee, that's real nice, but I wouldn't take this too seriously because I see all of these problems. Should I not be saying that? Because, in fact, what they need to do is work out problems. What is the appropriate response?
Well, I would respond as such that if I see the problem or if I see the issue, then I may just talk a little bit about the issue to the person. And I like to talk about the polarity of things. So if you get very attracted to somebody, usually after a while you may also be repelled by the same person. So whatever attracts you will also contain a problem, otherwise it wouldn't or they wouldn't attract you. So if somebody gets really attracted and is so much, let's say, hit by an encounter or is in love or is just very interested, then I guess that's an experience they have to go through, but I would just consider and tell them that it's not the way it's going to stay. And this big attraction usually contains a task, meaning a problem will need to be overcome also. So, but that doesn't mean that you have to spoil it, you know, or you have to feel bad about it. Take it and enjoy it, but I think you should always be aware that if something's very good in your life, it's also
every rose has a thorn.
That's right. Okay. There will be a task connected to it too.
Yeah, okay, that's an interesting way of looking at it. How do you see the evolution of using past life therapy in conjunction with psychology? I'm kind of curious because psychology has developed in the last 100 or so years, really, and astrology has returned to us in about that same time frame, and I've started to see a merging of those two fields. And we're seeing a lot of crossing of the different metaphysical fields in putting things together, integrating them. And the whole idea of working in cycles is a real basis to astrology. So it seems eminently sensible that, well, hey, we probably do reincarnate, even if you've never had a lick of an experience. Once you understand everything is on a cycle, it's like, well, that makes a lot of sense. Now, how do we go from here and tie this all together? How do you see working with people in the sense of regression as going into the future? Where's it developing? Where's it heading toward?
I see it the same way. A lot of psychologists or psychiatrists or even MDs are also using other forms of, let's say, New Age therapy, be it psychologists work with astrology, or MDs may also include regression. And in my workshops, I do train MD psychiatrists, psychologists a lot. And in these days, you just don't stick to one method anymore. People are more open and they just use what is workable. And if with a person it's just so obvious to do a regression, then even a psychiatrist can very easily do a regression with his patient. And in Germany, I do have several psychiatrists in the workshops too. And the way I see it is the combination of methods is going to be stronger, more and more. And I think in 50 years from now, everybody's going to more or less know their chart, know their past lives, because with awareness opening up, you cannot really